Grocery prices seem to be completely out of control these days, and if you are trying to stick to a budget or just really need to save money on groceries, then today's video is just for you. It is all about how to make super cheap and easy breakfast ideas that you can make from scratch and are decently healthy. It should keep your bellies full, especially if you have little kids. You know they are always hungry and always wanting to eat stuff. These recipes are perfect, and you can find all the recipes in the description box below, and there'll be a link to the blog post. A lot of these recipes can be made ahead of time and then frozen for later to make for a really easy breakfast. So let's get started making these really yummy recipes. So first up, we are going to make some banana oat pancakes. Now, these are a little different than your traditional pancake as they are made with oat flour rather than all-purpose flour, and they are gluten-free. So you're just going to take your oats, and you can use whatever oats you have on hand, quick oats, old-fashioned oats, rolled oats, just not steel cut, and you're going to put them into your blender and then blend them up until they turn into a flour. Next, you are going to add ripe bananas, the riper the better, some eggs, vanilla, milk, honey or maple syrup, baking powder, a little salt, and then you blend them up until they are nice and smooth. For this recipe, I did double it, and actually a lot of these recipes I am doubling them just because I have a large family and we eat a lot of food. And also these make great breakfasts that you can make them ahead of time and then freeze them. If you've ever frozen pancakes before, it works really well if you freeze them like on a baking sheet and then freeze them individually, and then you can stack them. Then you can easily take them out and pop them into the toaster. Once the batter is all ready, then you are just going to cook them up like a normal pancake. So you want to put them on a medium, low heat, add a little butter or oil, and then for about 2 to 3 minutes, and they'll start to have bubbles on the top. And once they really stop making a lot more bubbles, then you can flip them over and cook them for another about 2 to 3 minutes until they are about golden brown. One thing I love about this recipe is that it is really cheap because oats are super cheap. I usually buy them in bulk for like $1 or something a pound. So it's very inexpensive, plus they're made with whole grains, and so it should keep bellies nice and full. Serve it up with a little extra butter or maple syrup. If you want to make it really fancy, you could do some whipped cream, but they are so yummy. And I got 2 big thumbs up from the kids, which is a big say because they don't like a lot of things. All right, this might be my ultimate favorite breakfast recipe because it's so easy, it looks really fancy, and it's really delicious, and you can make it in a million different ways. So it's a Dutch baby pancake, and if you ever have made them or seen them at a restaurant, they just look really nice, but they're actually really simple. So you want to preheat your oven to about 400 degrees, and then you want to put in a cast iron skillet or some type of casserole dish into the oven to preheat. Then you're going to make your batter. So to a blender, you want to put all of your liquid ingredients first. This is so that the flour doesn't kind of get stuck in the blades. But you're going to put milk, eggs, some vanilla extract, and then you're going to top it with your dry ingredients. So flour, salt, and sugar. And then you're just gonna blend it up until it's really well blended. Once blended, you're gonna wanna let it sit for a few minutes to let the flour really absorb all the liquid. So once your pans are hot, you're gonna stick the butter into the pan and then pop it back into the oven for a few minutes to let butter melt. You want to be careful not to let the butter burn though, so just keep an eye on it. And then once the butter has melted, you are going to pour on your batter and then stick it back into the oven. Now I'm also making a blueberry version, so I just put a few blueberries right into the batter and popped that in the oven as well. Then you're gonna let this bake for about 15 minutes or so, depending on the size of your pan. If you obviously did a bigger pan, it would take less time than if you were to have done a smaller pan. I was being a little extra fancy this day because I wanted to take new pictures from these really old blog posts that I have. And so I made some whipped cream to go on top of this. Obviously, whipped cream is not a very cheap item, but it is really delicious topped with whipped cream. So if you have some, I would highly recommend it. To make whipped cream, you just put heavy whipping cream into a stand mixer and whip it up. I put a little bit of powdered sugar in it. You could add a little vanilla extract, but you just whip it up until it has nice soft peaks or more sturdy peaks. Don't whip it too much because then you would turn it into butter. All right, the first one is done, and look how gorgeous this is. I normally top them with a little bit of powdered sugar, maybe some fruit, and then whipped cream. But you could definitely serve these with some eggs or some bacon. It makes a really lovely brunch or weekend meal. Although I would say during the week, I love making them because you just pour it into the pan and then bake it. And while it's baking, I might go do some morning chores or get the kids ready for the day. And it's ready for a nice breakfast. And it looks so fancy, and you literally did like 2 minutes worth of work. You're probably thinking berries are not a cheap item, but a lot of these are actually blueberries that we picked ourselves and froze over the summer, and they are really cheap, like $1.75 a pound. So if you can stock up on those types of things, do it while it's cheap. Right, this is a very typical breakfast for us. Now, I will not say I make bread every single time, nor am I saying that you need to make your bread every single time. But homemade bread is way cheaper and way healthier than store-bought bread. And so when I can make it, I do. And I do have a recipe for sourdough whole wheat bread on the blog if you want to check that out. But you can use any bread recipe you want. I like using whole wheat just because of the fiber and how filling it is. But honestly, breakfast sandwiches are a really easy way to have breakfast on the table fairly quickly because it takes like 2 minutes to fry an egg, or you could cook some bacon, pop it in the oven, make some sausage, however you want to make your sandwich. I love doing fried eggs in a little bit of butter and putting them on some toasted bread. You could add some avocado to it, or even some lettuce or spinach to make it even healthier. I love topping my egg sandwiches with guacamole because it's way more delicious than just plain avocado, and serve it up with some sliced apple, and it's a really yummy, cheap breakfast. I feel like oatmeal is like that classic super cheap breakfast that when you are on extreme budgets, you always go for oatmeal. But this recipe is much more elevated, really yummy, and it has more protein and nutrients in it than just your typical oatmeal. So you're gonna start off with about a cup of oats, and then you're gonna add a cup of water and a cup of milk. You could just use all water if you wanted to, use whatever milk you want to. Add a little bit of butter and maple syrup or honey, some cinnamon, and then the part that makes it extra special, that makes it the custard oatmeal, is you're gonna add eggs to it. So you're going to want to crack some eggs into a separate dish and then whisk those up. And then once your oatmeal has been kind of cooked through and hot, you're gonna add a little bit of the oats into the eggs and whisk them really quickly. And this is to temper the eggs, so that way the eggs don't just turn into scrambled eggs, because my kids are super sensitive to eggs. They do not like eggs, or at least some of them. A good majority of them do not like eggs at all. And so if I can add eggs into the oatmeal, they will not notice because it adds such a nice creamy thick texture. And if you just dump your eggs in without tempering them first or without whisking them really quickly, they kind of turn into scrambled eggs, and the kids will know. So once I have them tempered, I pour them back into the pot of oatmeal and just whisk quickly. You want to do this kind of slowly, just to give it that really thickened texture. And once you have done that, you let it cook for just like a minute or two more while whisking, and it's all set to go. It like takes like 5 minutes to make, and it is so delicious. And with the added protein, it will keep you full for a long time. I did on this day have a little bit of frozen blueberries from blueberries we picked over the summer, and I added a little bit of maple syrup and then cook those down just a little bit. Added them to our oatmeal with a little bit more of that heavy cream, a little more maple syrup, and seriously so good. I actually ended up making this for lunch one day because my son woke up from his nap and requested oatmeal for lunch. So that's what we made, and we make it for breakfast all the time, but it was lunch today. Another great option for a make-ahead breakfast is some sourdough biscuits, and these can be prepped ahead of time, kept in the freezer, and then whenever you want one, you just pop it out and warm them up in the oven. And these also could be turned into breakfast sandwiches. Those are really delicious. I do have to admit to you, though, that I completely failed this recipe on this day. I was doubling the ingredients because I doubled the recipe, and I accidentally quadrupled the water. So instead of doing a cup of water, I ended up doing 2 cups of water. But I am not one to waste food for absolutely zero reason, so I may do. I actually didn't even realize that I added too much water until I started mixing it. I was like, this is really wet. So I added a little bit more flour, and they ended up turning out amazing. They still tasted great, so it's no big deal. To make sourdough biscuits, you want to combine your dry ingredients, so flour, salt. If you are going to ferment them, you would skip the baking powder. But if you are not going to ferment them, you can add the baking powder to the flour. In this case, I did half whole wheat again. Then you're going to grate some really cold butter, and you're going to add it to the flour and then combine the mixture. And you are not supposed to use your hands because it warms up the butter. You won't get as flaky, but I don't care. I am in for convenience, and so it is more convenient for me to use my hands. You could also put it in the food processor, and that works really well. It makes it way easier. Then you're going to add the liquid ingredients, so water, or you could also use milk or buttermilk, and then some sourdough starter and a little bit of honey. I did not ferment these on these days. I just made the quick version. There's directions on the blog for how to make the quick and how to make fermented sourdough biscuits. Then you just mix them up, and then because I realized I failed at this point, I added a little bit more flour. If you follow the directions, it will work out for you. I promise. Just don't do what I did. Once the dough has completely come together, then you're going to spoon out equal portions of the biscuit dough onto a parchment lined baking sheet and then bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes in a 400-degree oven. Yes, they turned out extremely ugly, but they were delicious and super fluffy on the inside. All right, this is a new recipe that I kind of came up with on the fly when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for this video and kind of some meal prep ideas. And I wanted to do a breakfast biscuit where like everything that is really yummy for breakfast would go into a biscuit. And so this was kind of born, and it ended up being so good. And I originally wanted to do it with sausage, but then our sausage went bad. And so I could not do it. And I had ham, just like ham lunch meat, in the fridge. And so I ended up going for a ham version. But saying that, you could do cooked bacon or cooked sausage in place of the ham, and it would be really good. So this recipe is actually based off of my sourdough drop biscuits, but instead of doing sourdough, I took out the sourdough starter and added eggs instead to give it more of that like breakfast, eggs breakfast. So in a bowl, you're going to add flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and you're going to mix that up. Then add melted butter and eggs and a little bit of water to it and mix it up until the base of the biscuit comes together. And then add some cheese and some diced ham and then mix that up. I then wanted to add a little bit of veggies. Like I would have done peppers, but what I had on hand was green onions. So I added those to the bowl. And then my son really wanted me to do a little snappy snap. There you go. So that's what I did. He thought that was really cool to edit my video like that. But then I just use an ice cream scoop to kind of make like miniature ones. And then for each meal, we would have like 2 of these biscuits. Just bake them in a 400-degree oven for about 17 to 20 minutes until they are golden brown. And this was a huge hit in my house. I kept them in the freezer and they were literally gone within like a day. These are just a few recipes that I like to keep on hand or make all the time for my family. But some other things we do that are really cheap and inexpensive is we like to make breakfast tacos. It started because my son saw Frugal Fit Mom making some type of bean taco and he said I would eat that for breakfast. And so I started making him bean tacos for breakfast. He doesn't eat cheese and he won't eat eggs, but a really good breakfast is you do some eggs with beans and a little bit of salsa in it. And you serve it in a tortilla. Delicious. Also, we do a lot of eggs here. We have our own chicken, so we do a lot of eggs. Sometimes we'll do smoothies. One way that we save money on breakfast is that we almost always make it from scratch and we make it simple. We're not doing anything fancy. We're not doing cereal. Cereal is so expensive. I also make homemade granola a lot, and we'll kind of use it as a cereal substitute. We make plain oatmeal a lot. There are so many ways to make breakfast really cheap. And if you're really on a budget, you can have a lot of these same recipes for lunch. Maybe add a vegetable or 2. But I really hope you liked this video today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and share with your friends if you know someone else that is needing help to save some money on their groceries.